last time we were here, Seif rolled a natural 20 on Intimidate in the middle of our fight, thus scaring Persephone and allowing us to eventually kind of worm our way into negotiating everybody into putting their fucking weapons down. At one point, the Arbiter of Darkness was helping us, but then Gwen told him to fuck off, so he actually dropped out of initiative and sat down and fucked off. It was very funny. But after the battle, he introduced himself. He brought down his big old shadow dragon again and gave Elise a dragon mark blessing. We don't know what it does yet, but it's all very cool. Gwen was mauling.
I
It was
know what
very
it does.
funny. You know what it does. And afterwards, they all escorted us down to the city that we were going towards. They told us that we probably shouldn't wander off on our own because the town people and the people in the Shadowfell probably aren't too keen on a bunch of Star Lords running around. So we're basically going to have to be escorted no matter what. There was a titty bar. We got introduced to an information broker that the Wings get their information from. We said we'd talk to her later if need be. Seif had a blood fortune told where she was told that she would experience great joy and get everything that she ever asked for, but then have it all taken away in a calamitous event. And she was given some advice on to look for warning signs and how to advert her fate, as she asserted that, fuck that. She'll carve her own fate. Things of the like. Gwen and Persephone had a really good talk about the separation of personhoods, since we all learned that Persephone.
I think you need to explain who they are.
Right. Sorry. So the people we were fighting are Iskar, Rosaria, and Persephone. They are the shards of the original selves that those people were before they became Vraloka. And when on the surface world, whenever the Vraloka are done fulfilling their duty, those pieces will be reunited with them and they'll become whole again, something like that. So Gwen and Persephone had a... Huh?
Sorry. Does that mean Elise has a shard?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, scared.
Yes, scared. So
Yes, frightened.
So Gwen and Persephone had a really good talk about being the othered parts of their original selves. I think Persephone actually kind of got through to Gwen. She kind of softened up and was like, okay, I don't entirely disagree with what you're saying, because Persephone was just like, I don't know, if the person that I came from didn't like me, I would still try to understand her, and even if it took a really long time, things like that. And we were taken to a tavern. Also, we're going to be doing some side missions. There is a primordial tree that's being currently fucked up. That's a mission that we're going to go do after this rest, I think. But we're going to join a siege against the armies that are trying to kill Bronwyn in a couple of days, because it's going to take a while for them to recoup their forces, get griffins back. So it's going to be a bit before we actually go into battle against those armies, but we're going to be supplied with side missions in the meanwhile, so we can start building trust with the Wings, with the armies, and with the townspeople, because as of right now, it's just like, who are these stupid bitches? And there you go. Also, Sataria and Tempo were sent to the Feywild. They should be coming back soon.
At which point,
So much.
they pop in right here as you're entering the tavern. So, Sataria Tempo, you pop out of the Feywild into the Shadowfell with your party. And I've decided earlier through a conversation with Usu that whenever you guys go into the Feywild, you're just shown a vision of what's actually happening while you're away. So you get to watch your friends suffer in real time as you're unable to help them.
That's so funny.
So what's the in-universe mechanism that's causing this?
You're so real for that.
You'll find out in time.
You have no idea, do you?
I have every idea. Don't worry.
He has no
okay,
idea.
yeah.
I heard the no on your voice.
I have every idea.
He has no idea. Blood is making things up as he goes along. That's okay.
I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah.
So, party, as you arrive to the bar, or the tavern, sorry, which has a bar, you are greeted with the sight of a ghastly environment. Dark greens of color illuminating the otherwise darkness. you see in front of you a barkeep who appears to be a ghoul. And from the way he's maneuvering around the area and taking care of things, you can either assume him to be either staff or maybe even the owner of this establishment. Helping him is a little ghostly figure right there. There are two patrons, one who appears to be a shade of some kind, and the other who appears to be a vampire. And you hear a few more voices talking quietly amongst themselves up here on top of the balcony.
Well, don't everybody jump at once.
I do open the floor to you. I should have mentioned that.
Okay.
Again,
know what?
nobody.
Fuck Gwen's gonna trot
trying
in.
to
She's gonna
think.
start looking around.
I'm not in the front.
Hop around, people. Fuck it.
Looks like
I
we're
can't
not
go
in
through
Kansas
walls.
anymore.
We're not in
not-
Kansas.
What is a Kansas?
Exactly.
See, what's a Kansas?
Oh, didn't you hear about it? Kansas is a magical place where nothing happens.
Oh, is it part of the Feywild or something like that?
No, I think it's part of some shitty place called United States of America, something like that.
What is it, United States of America? That must be like an ancient country. You know what? I'm gonna read about this later.
This is really important right now.
It's
Well,
actually
very
very. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just Duath was going off on his own. It's like, where are you going?
You're just flying around.
Apparently.
What the raven doing?
What the bird doing?
What the bird doing?
I mean, this place can't be that different from a regular tavern. We just go and ask for rooms.
Right. It's can't be all that different.
So
Yeah,
party, as you are approaching, this ghostly figure descends into the ground only to slither its way through the flooring before arriving immediately in front of you, Gwyn and Amalthea.
Yippee!
And you hear it go.
What the fuck?
Pardon?
And this ghoul in the back is going to say, he's asking, how may we assist you today?
Do you have any rooms for rent right now?
I do. 2 of them.
Looks like we're splitting up into girls and boys again, y'all. Can we book those
fine.
2 rooms, please?
Certainly. That will be 25 gold per
The
room.
per room. So 50 total. Thea is fishing the gold out of her pocket. Let me minus that out of my inventory. So 2, 4, 70.
Oh, and that's per night, by the way. So
Okay.
Okay, we need to start living on the concrete.
He did say a couple of days, so Thea's gonna actually take out 150 gold to pay for 3 days, and if we need to pay for more, she can do that.
Okay. And the ghost will hold out its hands for the coin.
And Thea will place the coins down in their hands and hope that they don't fall through.
You watch as the coins land upon the hands of the ghost. I say hands, but it's more like the hands are covered by like the big blanket that you typically see like cartoon like ghosts
Mm.
Oh,
have.
so like the
Right.
ghost costumes from like 14, basically.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. And then you watch as the ghost opens its mouth and it puts all the coins in its mouth before offering you 2 keys. One that says 103, the other says 104
Are the keys in its hand or in its mouth?
in its hand.
Okay. Thea will take the key and she'll toss one of the keys towards Elise so he can take control of the boys' room.
Catch.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And the ghost goes, he said you're welcome.
Hmm. Too bad I can't speak with what you're speaking. Gentle head pat.
Ask before touching people.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Gwyn just gives Amalthea a look.
She looks back.
She makes a head motion as if she wants Amalthea to lean down,
She leans down.
and she whispers into her ear.
Where the fuck do you think those coins went?
I don't know, actually. Probably, if I had to guess, there's some magical means that takes the coins to a safe box or some kind of hammer space, but I don't know.
Hammer space?
What, haven't you heard of the concept of hammer space?
In a ghost?
Maybe? What is a ghost made of? Do you know what a ghost is made of?
Why would I know what a ghost is made of?
Exactly. Therefore, the concept of hammer space could exist within a ghost.
Win, Mathia, what is your passive perception?
29.
Mine
29?
mine is I think 23, but let me double check.
Okay.
25.
25. Okay. So through the corner of your eyes, as you're discussing this, you watch as the ghost opens a drawer before taking out a chest from the drawer. And after opening the chest, it spits out all the coins into the box and closes the box.
Or that.
That can't be sanitary.
I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Do ghosts have spit? I don't think they do. They have ectoplasm, but I didn't see if they were dirty or not. Amalthea is very seriously pondering this.
Don't go around assuming people are gross. That's rude.
I wasn't assuming anything. I'm merely stating a fact.
Frankly, you socially here have no leg to stand on.
And you do?
I'm not pretending I do. I know better.
Did I say I was pretending?
I suppose you can just be wrong proudly.
Oh, I'm never wrong.
Anyway. Thea's
Zelnius,
gonna kind of. Oh. No, go ahead.
Zelnius just kind of looks back and sees Sataria there again and just, no, are you alright? You gave us quite a scare, just disappearing like that.
So trying to figure out what's going on exactly.
As am I.
Otherwise, okay.
I didn't hear that last part.
But otherwise I'm okay.
Alright. Well, at least you're back with us.
She gives a smile and a nod.
Said when we're settled in for the night, we can tell you what happened, but we're 103 and 104. Do we want to set our things down and then start scouting information here or just rest, we think.
Is there a concept of day or night here?
Probably not. Can I do a check to see if I remember that?
Sure, go ahead. Roll me a check.
What kind of check?
Roll me a history check.
Fucking Christ.
You don't remember.
Damn. At
Turns
least
to Iskar. Is there a concept of day or night here?
I'm so glad you turned to Iskar.
We have a guy who
And-
lives here 4 feet away from us.
Weird.
Yep. Weird.
asking the residents if there's a day or a night. Why would we do that when we can just do silly checks?
And Iskar is going to give a nod. He's going to say, somewhat. There are times when the darkness wanes comparatively to other times.
What's it looking like? How long we got?
Well, currently it's, if we were to put it into equivalence of the material world, it'd likely be 10 or 11 p.m. right now.
How long does less dark last here?
An hour or two?
Oh gosh.
Got it. I guess there's really no better time to sleep if we want to sleep.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
may as well rest.
The next period of low light, or yes, the next period of low light happens in about 10 hours from now.
Get into decent sleep, get about 2 hours or so of looking around, and then we can head out.
Mhm.
I agree.
The
If that's what we want.
Well, it's more like we don't really have much of a choice right now. And Dia's gonna peek around Seif really quick and see that Tempo's still milling in the back and just calls in, "Hey, Tempo, come on. Are you all right?"
Is he BRB?
He might have stepped away.
He might have
Yeah,
slipped away.
he might have stepped away. We'll get him later.
Or I could just get them right now and see if we'll go outside. Carry his goat ass. Give me
Here
a
it is.
and place him right in front of the thing. Thea.
Bam.
Nice.
Okay, sure.
Yay.
There you go, one goat.
Oh, thank you. He does look kind of glazed out right now. She's gonna wave a hand in front of his face. Are you okay? I say, knowing full well that Sly is away from the computer.
I'm sure he's fine.
I think he just does that.
Likely a side effect of the Feywild.
Poor guy.
Well, that doesn't make sense. Because Satari was in the Feywild as well, and she seems fine.
Hmm. Is your friend more susceptible to going to the Feywild compared to everyone else?
Like all the time.
Frequently, yes, he just disappears and comes right back.
It might be an effect of it happening constantly, and, well, these kind of things can ramp up and have an effect on someone.
Dia looks a little worried at that.
You hear that raindrop? You're built different.
Am?
Yes, you are.
Does that mean I'm? Is that a good thing?
Oh, it's an excellent thing.
Oh, and she smiles brightly.
Yippee.
Shall we get some rest?
Mm-hmm. Everybody should still have some ration or whatever we took off of the chariot with us, so I don't think we need to worry about food for tonight. But if we're going to be here a while, we're going to have to start worrying about that.
Do they even offer food here? I mean, what do ghosts exactly eat?
Zelius looks over to Iskar.
Well, not everyone is a ghost. Some people are living beings, even in the Shadowfell. You'll find food here. Sometimes the
going to-
food does try to eat back, however.
Am I going
That's
to wait? Oh, go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
Am I going to wake up with 2 pincers in my neck?
Let's hope not.
Oh, I do hope so.
Food that bites back. Oh, that sounds like a fun challenge.
We're not talking about bug, right?
Could you repeat that, Sataria?
We're not talking about more bugs, right?
I hope not.
I mean,
Persephone's going to say, "Oh, sorry about that."
and Satari just gives kind of like a weak smile and, it's alright.
Wait, are there bedbugs down here? I do not fuck with bedbugs.
We can check the mattresses when we get it in the room, but probably not.
I'm pretty sure this place maintains an entirely different, like, ecosystem.
DM, where are our rooms? Just asking.
They would be upstairs, so rooms 103 and 104 would be that way. And you can pretend that this big master bedroom is actually just 2 rooms.
This one up here?
Yep, that one right there.
Here,
Wow.
I'm
Like
gonna.
a big line through the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
What are you doing? No.
Let me just adjust it. There
my
we
God.
go. There we go. I'm split in 2, baby. Thank you. It really said that my line was shitty.
Oh my god.
I didn't say anything. You assumed.
And Iskar's going to say, well, if you're all going to get your rest, Persephone, Rosaria, and I will be about our patrols and guarding this place. The rest of you sleep well.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. You'll come back to escort us? Because, like you said, it's not safe to go out by ourselves.
Yes, of course. Don't worry.
All right. Thank you.
And Iskar will give a nod. And the 3 of them make their way away. In the meantime,
Mhm.
Go ahead, Amalthea.
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. Amalthea, Elite.
Yeah?
Sif, and Sataria. The
Yeah?
4 of you
Wow, I wonder what
roll
this is about.
Roll me Arcana checks.
Okay. Do I
I'm
get
bad
to
at
roll
this.
twice?
No, you don't get to roll twice.
I'm bad
Come
at
on,
this.
I
What
rolled
kind of-
bad.
Me
Can I
and
roll
me
Can I
and
roll
Senna shaking
endurance
hands.
instead?
Can you roll endurance instead? No, but I will tell you what you can roll if you fail the Arcana check. If you fail
Okay.
the Arcana check, roll an Insight check, so that the people who failed would be Sif and Elise.
Is my passive insight good enough as a 19?
No, roll me your normal Insight.
Blood's trying
yeah.
so
Oh, no.
hard. No.
And
This is unfortunate.
okay,
Can I roll endurance?
can you? You know
Can I roll
what? Roll,
intimidate?
roll endurance.
Oh
You can roll
boy.
endurance anytime
Okay,
you like,
okay.
for no reason, if you feel like it.
Exactly. Amalthea and Sataria.
Yeah.
The 2 of you can feel a very almost delightful sense of relief that you suddenly feel as if wasn't there for like the longest time. Whatever oppressive sensations you might have felt, even if subconsciously, you realize that you have been experiencing them just by the sheer fact that in this moment you are feeling a slight sense of bliss.
That seems bad, actually.
Elise, you can
Yeah.
sense same sensation. However, it's through intuition you feel this, rather than any arcane mingling.
So funny because he uses his Arcana
Arcana.
first.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you my insight is through Arcana.
And you,
At least percepts and intuits things in an arcane sense. I'm sorry.
your intuition is arcane, but not the same arcane. Different arcane. There's a difference.
Oh no.
Well, I will say, you know what? Never mind. I'm not fighting for this.
And you feel a sense of relief and
Is
safe.
it anything similar to what we felt on the back of the city?
Back in Pavitra Dwar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. In the city, you felt as if the effects were being warded away from you. In this instance, it feels as if they have been separated, like the effects have been separated from you.
That's not good.
Has that only just started now?
Yes, in this very moment.
What the fuck?
Give me Olby back.
But what's
And
going on
Sif.
with Sif?
Yeah?
Yeah?
You suddenly feel a lot healthier than you did, like over the past 10-something hours since you accepted Delbin. It's been a very new revelation, but you feel energized again.
Don't think I like that. The fuck is that fucker doing to my body?
Not to not to ask any of you to like poke the bear, but could you like try to I'm assuming you're all the same. Sitaria, can you pull your thing out? The little
Oh, Obi?
yeah, little guy. Is he there?
I can try. And Satari will think inwardly, I guess, and coax Olby out? Question mark.
You feel Olby is not around you, Sataria, but as you try to coax out Olby and whatnot, very much like someone responding to a call, Olby reaches out back to you, and your attention is drawn to this table right here.
Okay.
Can Satari approach the table?
Yes.
Okay, she's gonna approach the table.
Someone should go with her, I think.
She has approached the table.
Yeah.
And as you get within a certain distance of the table, one boom. This is the distance. You feel as though you've stepped into a different little pocket world where it's not exactly separated, but there's a zone of influence here that feels very different from the Shadowfell outside. And before you,
Oh,
Oh?
Hello.
Hello? There's 3. Where's the 4th?
Olby is right there.
I see him.
He's
What
so
are they?
tiny.
What are they doing?
I'm guessing
And-
we don't see them until we step into this pocket dimension world.
yes, correct.
Did Seta and Elise disappear?
No, that you can still see them very much in front of you.
and
Yeah, fuck it. I'll bite.
Sat-
Go ahead, I'm just approaching.
Satari looks surprised, and kind of turns to Elise and
No
saying,
idea.
If these are, if Wolby's here, then the others.
I think we're interrupting. I think we should back out.
And Satari kind of takes a small step back.
Yeah, what exactly is going on here?
Yeah, please tell us what's happening.
So,
I think they're fucking I think they're fucking partying. Can I be honest?
y- so yes, you actually see Hadar, Gibbeth, and Delbin all have a teacup of their own in their hands.
What?
Olby is hovering above a teacup, and there's this little like vortex that's like pulling the tea from the cup into Olby.
Can I be honest? I thought you were going to say just occasionally it dipped its full body down and
Yes,
splashed into the teacup.
Come on, Olby's not that unsophisticated.
What the hell is this?
The fuck are you doing?
And Delvin's going to say, "What? A guy can't have a little bit of free time?"
It's just unexpected, that's all.
Well, in a realm like this, where death hangs so heavily, we Star-Lords feel most alive.
Yeah, Thea's staring at Hadar. What is he doing? He's the one that's about to croak. What's he up to?
You watch as Hadar's image is dim, and he's slouched over, drinking from his teacup. And as you stare at him, Amalthea, he raises his head, and you can't see his face, but you can feel him very much staring at you.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear almost whispers on the wind that your comrades can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
But Hadar finally speaks to you.
Oh boy.
Acknowledging me, are we?
It's about time I did, I think.
Are you here to stop Kaifon?
Yes.
Will you find a way to make sure I don't die if you do?
Yes, I will. Whether I like it or not, you are part of me, and you have been for almost all my life. And I can't let you die. Not yet. Not unless you want to. But
No.
you don't want to die, do you?
No.
I don't want to die either, so we're on the same page there.
Pleased to hear it. You'll
She's
suffer, you know.
I know. Suffering's the name of the game at this point. But that's okay. That's okay.
And Hadar goes back to drinking his tea.
Okay. If he said something at the end there, I didn't hear it.
He did not.
Okay.
He just exhaled.
Okay. Is he having difficulty lifting the cup?
No, he's not lifting the cup.
Mm-hmm.
He has the cup on the table. And he's slouched over, sipping from the cup, while his hands are dangling to his sides.
Come here. Thea is going to do something she never thought she's gonna do. She's gonna kind of lean him up and lean his body against her front, pick up the cup, and help him drink it herself.
Monty, are you touching Hadar?
I think she's gonna reach out and touch his shoulder first, and we'll see what happens from there.
Roll me an endurance check.
Okay. I knew that this was gonna be stupid, but I wanted to try anyway. Okay.
Oh.
Oh boy! Okay.
Is there any way to assist?
If you can crit on... No, that's an endurance check. That's not a skill assistable thing in this
Yeah.
moment. If it were a different
That's
check,
so
it
fair.
might
That's
have
why I
been...
asked.
Yeah,
know
no
what?
worries, no worries.
That's okay. Whatever happens, happens.
Amalthea, the first thing you feel is your soul crystal, is your pack crystal on your chest start to burn so hot that it feels as if you are being lit by a star from within.
Yeah.
And Hadar says, very tiredly, I told you so. And your mind is overwhelmed with this desperation. And for a moment, you're burdened with the intrusive thought of actually helping Kaifon against the Raven Queen. It's a thought somewhat implanted in the back of your mind, as if Hadar's wishes are becoming your will.
Okay.
What does she look like right now?
I will leave how she reacts to her, but I will explain how it would feel, Amalthea. So,
Okay.
as I've mentioned, you would feel as if you are being burned alive from within. You'll feel as if you've lost sight of all of the people around you, as if you're being brought within the recesses of your own mind, isolated with Hadar.
And
So that's how you would feel physically and mentally. Go ahead.
okay. And you mentioned that it's his desperation, right?
Yes, his desperation.
To live, right? Okay, because she doesn't scream, oddly enough. I mean, her face tightens. She looks like she's in fucking agony, but she doesn't scream. Her hand is it's digging into his shoulder from where she had touched him and is unable to let go in the moment. The people who are close at hand, I think Gwen, and yeah, I think everybody can actually hear this under, because she starts to kind of just babble under her breath. Just, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. What do I have? No, I don't want to die. I can't. And then it raises up into a scream.
You want to pull her away, or should I?
Gwen is at her side. She takes a grip of that hand and tries to pull it off of Hadar.
Amalthea, Gwen, both of you give me an athletics check.
Okay.
But I suck at athletics.
Yes, but your desperation makes you feel... Oh my god!
What is going on with Amalthea?
Zedlius, please help! Please help! Assist! Something!
No, you want to lose.
No, I don't!
You want to hold on?
No, I want to let go. I want to
Okay,
let go.
you were contesting Nuna to hold on.
Oh, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good then.
Amalthea, your desperation makes you feel as if you need to hold on for dear life, to the point where you're actively contesting Gwyn, but the sensations overcoming you seem to have overwhelmed you to the degree that Gwyn has no difficulty at all in pulling you off of Hadar. And the moment your hand is pried away from Hadar, a massive wave of relief washes over you.
Mhm.
As if all of that didn't happen physically, and just your mind is implanted with the image, implanted with the idea of aiding Kaifon instead.
So it was definitely more like a just an intrusive thought that now it feels like it just came and went, and now my own brain is gaslighting me.
Yes.
She looks very disoriented. She's kind of swaying on her feet. Just, huh?
Gwyn reaches over to kind of steady her. Her eyes are on Hadar. She's bristling.
What the fuck did you do?
That was stupid of me.
Not you. What did you do to her?
And Hadar speaks, though Gwyn, you won't be able to hear him. Amalthi, you will, however, and
Yeah.
you hear Hadar whisper, "Nothing. I told her that she would suffer."
And as he speaks, she feeds this, and she talks for him and feeds this back to Gwen.
She does not look pleased in the slightest by that answer.
Seif, you need to grab Gwen if she jumps.
Right, will do.
Listen
And
here.
we'll just creep closer.
You're lucky that we need you. But don't you fucking forget, she's not yours. You can't have her. And if you do anything to her, I'll fucking kill you myself.
She's been mine longer than she's been yours.
She repeats that to her.
She was never yours. And she never will be.
Mm. And Hadar does not respond, and instead goes back to sipping his tea.
Mm-hmm. DM, I would like to have a look at the hand that Thea had touched him with. Has it changed?
No.
It still looks like its normal fucked up cracked self, no change to speak.
No change to speak.
Okay. That was stupid of me.
Let's go. Talking to us is not going to do us any favors.
She doesn't actually move just yet. She looks back to Hadar and says, How is my... If you can tell me and are willing to tell me, how is my grandfather doing?
Alive.
Bet I wish he wasn't, though.
But could you repeat that?
I bet he wishes he wasn't, though.
No. Kingu's will. Strong.
We'll find him eventually, and we'll settle this. The way it should have been settled ages ago. You hear me?
You'll need to get stronger.
I intend to.
Amalia,
What?
let's go.
She won't reply, but she will at least hold out her arm for Gwen to lead her away if she wants.
Yep, she takes hold of that arm and yep, off she leads her.
Okay.
She does glance back at Kess though, giving her a little bit of a look.
Steve will just roll her eyes.
Oh, we're leaving entirely. Goodbye.
Elise.
Yeah.
What are you doing
Elise
right
has
now?
primarily kind of just been looking warily at the whole scene. Not trying to make too much eye contact with anyone.
Gotcha. And Gibbeth is going to put his cup down, and you watch as his front hands and back legs both rise up, and he gets on the table very much like a cat. And you watch as he crawls under the bottom of this table, and then one leg extends over here towards you as he is now upside down on all fours as he takes a step closer to you.
Elise looks at this with what can only be described as trepidation.
And Gibbeth slowly rises to a stand. His
Goblin-esque behavior.
His feet never move, but from that upside down position, he very much quickly snaps up to a straightened position before leaning in. A wide, fanged smile creeps over his face, and you watch as he waves his hand at you like hello.
Elise will wave back.
And Gibbeth taps its head, its brain effectively, and it's going to point to your head as its finger gets closer to your forehead.
I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want that.
Stanleus is looking very warily between the two of them.
I need a. What would Elise's gut the two parts of my brain fighting right now are do not fucking let that thing touch you, and do not be impolite to the fucking gods. It's like dealing with Faye. How do I get out of this fuck ass deal?
Take a third and tell him to go talk to somebody else's brain.
Fuck, I'm not putting it on someone else. That's insane. What? You know what? You know what Elise is gonna do?
What is he gonna do?
Elise leans his head back just a bit as it's approaching, and then he taps his own brain and he starts signing.
Ooh!
Ooh, okay. What are you signing, Elise?
You're in my head, you know this.
And you watch as Gibbeth frowns. Teeth always showing, by the way, between smile and frown. And it's going to gesture again with its hand as if to come closer, and it's going to hold its finger out.
Pull my
Aw.
finger.
He sort of wiggles it as he points to your forehead.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna figure out how I deal with this. How is he responding to this stimuli?
So
Does
how's
he look like he's
Delbin?
having the time of his life?
So is like Delbin. It like, are you asking Delbin's reaction to this happening?
Yes, Delbin's reaction to this happening.
Delbin seems to be watching with intrigue, wondering what you'll do.
I'm assuming Delbin knows what will happen here, and I'm trying to parse if this is like juicy enough to him that I shouldn't do it.
Mm. Roll me an
I don't
insight,
know if I
please.
can. It's hard to insight a fucking. Oops, roll
Yeah.
a bad.
That's
Oops,
difficult.
that's a 2.
You can't exactly tell what Delbin might be thinking, but you can at least you can tell he's very much observing the situation.
I think. Unfortunately, I think Elise grits his teeth and lets it happen.
Okay. And as forehead and Gibbet's finger touch, you feel a surge of information course through you. It's nothing in the sense of speaking to you. You can instantly tell that Gibbeth is not one who will speak unless to whisper insanity into your mind. What you're instead revealed to are revelations, Elise, about the Star Lords.
Oh.
Revelations about what each of them might have represented before their corruption.
Oh yeah?
And
Oh shit.
you can tell that Gibbeth is the calculating aspect of Himmel. And that whatever the Star Lords represent now is very much likely a perverse aspect of what they represented when they were Himmel collectively.
Do I get a vibe on the other ones or just Gibbeth?
Roll me an Arcana check,
Okay.
and
Leading in.
I'll make you roll for the vibe of each of them individually. So I'll have you
Okay.
roll an Arcana for each one.
So it's Olban, Delbin, Hadar, Kaifan.
Kyriad.
How do I spell that?
Khirad.
And who's the last one?
Oh,
There's Gibbeth, Kirad, Kaifan, Hadar, Nihal, Delbin, and Ulbin.
Nihal. Nihal's the missing.
I was forgetting
Okay.
about Nihal.
I will be doing them in this order as I have just posted in No Mic.
Okay, let me go check.
Olban,
the
Delbin,
order.
Hadar, Kaifan, Kirat, Nihal.
Okay. So
I
let
will
me just
pop
grab
6
my note.
Arcanas, I guess.
Yeah. So don't pop them all at once. I'll pop them one at a
Okay.
time. That way I can like keep up with them.
Okay.
All right. So roll Ulbin first. Okay. Unfortunately, that one isn't sufficient for Ulbin. All you can tell is that Ulbin was very much likely the aspect of protection, whatever that could mean in this context.
Mm.
Okay. Sorry,
All right.
I'm writing all these down.
Yep. All right.
Oh
So
my god.
Awesome 6.
oh my gosh, no, that's so sad. Okay, you're not exactly sure what Delbin is about either, except perhaps maybe you think, from what you can discern, that Delbin might be a wish granter of some kind,
Kind of
or
like
would
the
have been.
like the hero aspect, kind of.
My thought is charity.
Mm-hmm. He's a
He's a
genie in a
genie.
bottle. That's for
Alright,
Hadar.
That's
so,
a 9.
okay, so that's for Hadar. Okay, whereas Hadar is about desperation, clinging to life. Its previous state before becoming perversed is You're correct with the monk-like state. It's more like an enlightenment of understanding and teaching. Like being satisfied with one's place in the world and making the best use out of it. So in the sense of Himmel teaching that to mortals, it feels like a philosophical mentor, if that makes sense.
Okay. I think I know how to write that.
Okay.
All right, then it's Kyphon.
Hyphen. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh
Again, not rolling
What?
above a 10 today.
Dude, these all across the board bad rolls. What is this?
All right. Since there's 6 rolls and you failed like almost all of them, I'll give you a pity on either Kaifon or Kirad or Nihal, whichever one you want to save it for.
Which one did we think Zelnius was getting again?
Kriad.
Kirad?
We're thinking that
I
Tempo's gonna
want
get
that
Kaifon.
one.
Okay. The pity on your boyfriend's star. That's so funny.
I don't have to explain myself to you. I only have to explain myself to the GM if he asks.
Yeah.
Okay, what's my Kyphon fail roll say?
Your Kaifon fail roll? Your Kaifon fail roll makes you think that Kaifon. So you know Kaifon is the navigator, but you get the feeling that Kaifon's, even before being corrupted, Kaifon has always been a star of guidance somehow. But you don't know exactly in what way it guided.
My shit cut out bad. What did you say?
So you can tell that perhaps Kaifon has always been a guiding star in some way. So
Okay.
even after being corrupted, it's still known as the Navigator. But even before being corrupted, it was also a guiding star. You just don't know what it guided you towards.
Pity on Kirad.
You're pitting on Kirad? Okay.
It's the gotcha game.
Okay, so Kirad is your next Arcana roll. Go ahead, roll it.
Oh, well, I was taking the pity on this one.
Well, you can
I
roll
still
it,
roll,
and then
okay.
if you succeed, you can pity
Oh,
on
you know
Nihal.
what? That's fair.
Oh my god!
I don't know if 21's... I finally rolled... No, that's still below a 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's a medium check, so I believe 21 is a medium DC for 16. No, it's 22.
Yeah, it's
Fuck!
22 is the medium
Literally
DC.
one off.
Yeah. So you're pitying for
Yeah.
for this one? Okay. So oops, I fucking okay.
I really just
So
need
you
to
know-
roll an 8, huh? I haven't been rolling
Yeah.
above an 8.
That's very sad. So you know Kirad to be an advisor who can poison the minds of whoever listens to it. Prior to being corrupted, you feel as though Kirad was a keeper of secrets and a tester of one's mind. Someone who granted knowledge and advice if they passed certain tests.
I'm gonna write Kirad down as a sphinx.
Not wrong.
Okay, on to the last roll, which I surely will not fail.
Oh my god.
That
There you
still
go.
isn't above a 10.
That's still
I know.
That's still a medium, so we get info on Nihal. Yay!
So, you can tell from Gibbeth's mind that Nihal is a star that gives life. It is the aspect of Himmel that cast a light upon the world that allowed life to flourish. Very much like how the sun casting a light upon the world allows trees and, well, all life to flourish and sprout.
Okay. Notes updated. I think in this moment, getting not mentally blasted by awful nonsense and actually getting something useful, Elise is kind of a bit stunned for a second before, I don't know, he attempts to return thoughts. Is that allowed?
Yeah, Gibbeth will hold out its forehead if you want to poke it on the forehead.
You know what? Elise does so. And I guess, what should Elise get? What am I thinking Gibbeth wants right now? Is Gibbeth currently embodying the sort of madness, or does this seem like a lucid state?
What do you mean?
Like right now, with the fact that Gibbeth has essentially helped me,
Yes.
was this an act of... is this sort of like a lucidity in the middle of its haze, or is this just its normal behavior?
You feel like its calculative aspect is still very much a part of it. So despite
Okay.
being insane, it clearly wants something, and it is trying to help you sift through its thoughts of insanity so you can
Okay.
understand what it's trying to get from you.
Yeah. So he's giving us information about the Star Lords and whatnot. Does it want information about us?
Don't know. It's really hard trying to figure out the thoughts of an
Matt?
eldritch being.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's giving me information on what they were like pre being changed does make me assume that it wants to return to normal.
I mean, Hadar
And
voiced himself that he doesn't want to die. That's a great guess.
so what Elise, putting the finger to the forehead, not knowing what's going to happen, does is, in the same way Gibbeth doesn't really speak to say these, Elise doesn't really speak to say these, but the sort of image, the images that flash in a row are, first, it's sort of a feeling of, it's a vague warm feeling, a very thankful feeling, that he tries to push, and then it's like, Elise isn't a very calm person. He doesn't do that very often. He doesn't find that very often. But it's sort of the feeling he's found very rarely in times where they've been on longer drives and he's not had something fucked up happening, where he's sitting alone, he's sitting in a room with other people, not really saying very much. And it's that sort of overlaid with sort of the vibe of like a single water droplet dropping into a pool and then just flowing outwards. And the last thing he pushes forward is sort of the vision of darkness that is one by one lit up by 7 different colored lights that fire forward into one single central light.
Nice. And as you project this into Gibbeth's mind, you watch as Gibbeth grins widely, and even the face upon its shoulder grins widely. And it's gonna hold out a finger to your forehead again.
Yeah, all right. We already did it once. We'll do it again.
And Elise, as its finger touches your forehead, it's very much different this time. It wraps around your body and practically spider monkey crawls up you. It's now clinging to your back, and its head is on top of your head. One hand on your shoulder, the other hand wrapped around your head and on your finger. And Elise, this time you feel very much not good things. You can feel the insanity start to
Oh, there we go.
creep in. You can start to feel the insanity start to creep in, where the intrusive thoughts start to enter your mind. You can feel Gibbeth's indignation, not at you, but at one of your comrades. You can tell it's been observing your party, and it feels very, well, it feels that one of your party members in particular have been very discriminatory, and it wants you to take drastic action.
Oh,
You
jeez.
can, you can feel the thought occur to you that Gibbeth thinks it would be best for this certain person to accept them either the easy way or the hard way. And it's trying to instill in you the idea that maybe you should do it the hard way.
Um, how I know these sounds are foreign, right?
Yeah, roll me an insight, actually.
Okay.
Yes, you can tell these thoughts are foreign.
And I don't really know if I can beat them back any. I think what Elise has to do here is Elise faced with being climbed and not sure how to get him off. It's probably just gonna take a step backwards outside of the zone.
Roll me an athletics check. It's going to try and contest you.
Oh, great! I'm being contested. My God, is this a grapple?
It is not a grapple.
Shit.
Damn, though.
And it will be using your own athletics roll against you. So what's your athletics, by the way?
Plus 19.
Plus 19. You rolled a 38.
That's
Oh.
silly.
So you feel yourself weighed down and unable to take a step outside of the zone. And you can tell Gibbeth knows what you're trying to do, that you're trying to sever the connection by stepping outside the zone of influence. And Gibbeth offers you an idea, and it's a proposition. You can tell it's wondering. Haven't you felt that same indignation when she's discriminated against you?
Is that like a question? Can I input an answer, or is it just poking me?
It's both poking you and prompting you for an answer.
I think. I mean, everyone can see this happening.
Yes, you can.
So I think all Elise can give is, you don't control my choices. You don't. No one gets to.
And Gibbeth listens, and it leaves you with one final feeling before it crawls off. And that is that you're welcome to make your choices. Just think about what might be good for yourself, for it, and for your party. You're convinced that Gibbeth, or you can feel that Gibbeth is convinced that at least taking some action against Damnuna might be beneficial to everyone. But what that action is, it will leave up to you if you're so insistent that no one can control your actions.
Why is Gibbeth kind of a homie?
Melius immediately puts a hand on Elise's arm. Just, are you alright?
I think Elise is like, honestly, like a little bit like, huh? Just a little bit like, huh?
Huh?
Like for a moment, it's like just head to forehead, sort of flexing fingers. Just yeah, I'm good.
What happened?
He's making more sense than I expected.
That's concerning.
I'll tell the group later.
Alright.
I'm kind of falling for it. See, Satari, is there anything you two would like to say or do to your Star Lords? Set of waves to you watch as Olby bounces up and down from the table, like a ping pong ball. Not a ping pong ball, but like a bouncy ball.
Sif will just ask him, so, what happens if I touch you?
I don't know. I can't say what it will be like. It's different for every person who accepts a Star Lord. The way you
Guess-
react to
Oh,
my
right.
embodiments could be very different to how Atikaya might have reacted to my embodiments.
Do you remember how?
But could you repeat that?
Do you remember how he accepted you? Did he, I don't know, thrive in the pain?
He accepted me quite immediately, actually. And I could tell it's because of his I could tell it was because of his ambitions. He didn't care what consequences the world at large might have to face if he could have power, and power was what I offer. Demons thrive in the madness and malice you see.
And what of you? What exchange did you get for offering him power? Did he further your goals in any way?
To an extent, yes. For one, he's been very efficient in culling some of the things that need culling. Primordial trees where they don't belong.
And Sif's eyes kind of just narrow in on that. Don't tell me that's what you're going to ask of me.
No. That was a goal for then, and I have a different goal for you now.
I don't really suppose you're going to share that information, will you?
Not yet.
Hmm. You know, I've been curious. Is there a face under that hood? And she'll try and like lean down to look inside of his hood.
That's a bad idea.
And
And you
Delbin is going
stare into
to
the abyss, and maybe the abyss will stare back.
um and Delbin is going to tilt his head down as though not to let you see, and he's going to say, "Are you sure you wish to peer inside? You might regret it."
Fine, I'll save the surprise for later. But call me curious, and I do wish to know. And she'll kind of just like put a hand on his shoulder.
She's touching him. If you crit fail, this is gonna be the funniest session of my life.
Let's go.
At least
Roll
ready to pull
me,
her off.
roll me.
Can I roll a door? It's
No, what you would feel would be different.
Fuck.
Roll me an insight.
Okay, okay. That's not too bad. Wait, where's insight? There it is. Please. God damn it.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's a 4. It was at least a 4. You didn't crit fail like I did.
You feel an emptiness from Delbin, but you can't discern too much more. But you feel a sense of danger, and you recall the oracle's words from outside just moments ago.
Penny, bark, bark. Feeling just the emptiness and hollowness inside him, she'll just immediately pull her hand back and just get, you know, the shudders, kind of like little goosebumps. She says, "Ah, I don't like that."
You'd be foolish if you did.
Well, it's too late for that. I made a pact with you, so I'm stuck
Very
with
true.
it. Anyways, I'll let
Before
get
you
back.
go, Steve,
Hmm.
I have a question for you.
All right then. What is it?
Let's say you succeeded in saving Irene. And once you did, let's say I took her away from you forever. Would you hate me enough to damn the world?
And see if we go quiet for a moment. Kind of just thoughtful contemplation. Unsure how to really answer this, but she does recall what the fortune teller spoke of. And she'll mull over it for perhaps a minute before answering. Yes.
Mm. And Delbin gives a nod. Keep her safe then, Steve.
No, no, no. I want to see what how the shoot would how you would feel if you were in my shoes. What would you do? If you want to peer into my psyche, my mind, it's only fair that I peer into yours as well. What would you do? if the one thing you've loved, if you ever loved, of course, was taken from you, stripped from you, and you fought tooth and nail just to get that back, only to have it ripped from you again, how would you feel?
I'm afraid you're asking the wrong entity this question.
I don't give a shit. I'm asking you. Just entertain me, for Christ. Oh.
Jesus, real, Jesus, real, Jesus.
Jesus real, Jesus real, Jesus real.
Jesus real, Jesus real, Jesus real.
Just entertain me. God's sake. You have feelings, don't you? Otherwise, why do any of this?
It's... Just say there was someone I loved as you love Irene. Let us say they were one as noble as she is. Yes, my anger and fury would be boundless. But I am a god, and I have my duty. I must ask myself then, what would have made the person I loved happier? If I did my duty, or if I have neglected it? Though, this is a poor comparison. The grandeur of your ideals and mine are vastly different. Even with my answer, I speak it from the perspective of a deity and not a mortal.
Then you would never understand. Your time here is limitless. My time here is finite or finite. Which makes my love all the more beautiful. And so, my hunger is stronger than yours.
On the contrary, if I helped you save Irene, would you work to save this world?
Of course.
Then when you see her, do not deal any blow that could be considered mortal, even should you try to hold back. Her existence is more fragile than you could ever know. If you'd like a DM translation, that means non-lethal attacks won't work to be non-lethal.
So we can't call non-lethal if we attack her and it's gonna kill her. It's just gonna fucking kill her.
Correct.
Well, we can work with that. We can figure something out.
Why do we kill her slowly and softly? I think Thief would murder you.
So, do I just not attack her at all? Because if that's what you mean, then I'll gladly do it. I won't attack her. I won't attack her at all.
You
If
realize she'll be trying to kill you the entire time.
I'm a knight, that I lay down my life for her. That is my sworn duty. If she wants my life, she only needs to ask.
Very well, I accept your resolve.
Are we done here? Shall I leave you to your party games with your friends?
We are.
Then I wish you good night then. Enjoy your
Good night.
time. And Safe will
At least. I go
wander
go
off.
Thief.
Safe will just wander off.
Sounds good. And at least Gibbeth is going to approach you one more time.
Oh god, it worked. Me standing here so confused. Unfortunately, brought it back.
It's going to poke a finger out again, seeing if you'll accept the tap on the forehead.
Unfortunately, the look in his eyes says yes.
Looks says yes. Okay. You get a forehead tap, and you don't. You say okay. You get the sense of madness, and you get the sense of clarity, both mingled together. You'll have to roll an insight to sort through the thoughts.
Oh,
Roll good, I command
Okay.
it.
I'm really good at rolling.
You're so good at rolling. Yes!
Oh, really nice. Okay.
Finally, a decent roll.
You can tell through the maddened thoughts. You're sifting through what seems to be real and what seems to be fake. Or well, they're all real, but you can tell what's its
Intentional.
intentional thoughts and what are its unintentional thoughts. And at least you can tell that Gibbeth is giving you a warning, particularly for Sif. That even though Delbin is being cooperative, these Star Lords are sometimes unintentionally destructive towards you in nature. Just being around them, though they might have good intentions, their nature in their state right now is also to destroy you.
Okay, so even what he's saying has flaws. I think Elise can't stop himself, actually.
Okay.
I think he's unfortunately being pulled by the question. Elise puts his finger out.
Gibbeth will let you poke.
And the thought comes in with an image of it's Damnuna, Hunter, and Ancient sort of split into three. And the question and just what? Just the feeling of question.
So you're questioning something about Gwyn.
The intention
Damnuna
is what would you do? But Gibbeth can take this however they like.
What would you do? Okay. I'll have Gibbeth roll insight actually to determine if they can understand your question. Your insight is a 14 or Arcana.
Yeah.
Toby's speaking off. God damn it.
Okay, it does not seem to understand your question completely. Its maddened thoughts. Its maddened thoughts seem to be diluting its understanding of your question. But as you present the image of these three, it seems to not exactly answer the way you want it to, but you can tell it doesn't have a strong opinion on Gwyn yet. It approves of ancients, but it disapproves of Damnuna.
Oh.
Damn.
I think Elise nods and doesn't ask anymore.
And Gibbous is going to crawl back to its table.
I think Elise finally steps out. I guess we go around. There's no space.
I'll move.
It's fine. I've already done this.
Sataria, Ulbi
Oh.
approaches you.
Mhm.
And
She'll reach out and pet them.
And you can see Ulbi spin, expand, compress, spin again. It seems very happy with the doting and the affection. Sataria, roll me an endurance check.
Okay. I actually closed my sheet earlier. Hold on.
Okay. Sataria, you feel a sense of lethargy that you quickly shake off.
She kind of rubs at her eyes and just chalks it up to the height and then also being like transported to the Feywild and back.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check next.
Arcana. Okay. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh man.
that's not good.
Oh no.
Satara, you feel as though keeping Ulbin around with you and opening up to Ulbin more will keep you safe in the times to come. And when you feel moments of weakness like this, Ulbin will be there to protect you. You just have to keep opening up to it.
Okay. And she'll just smile and then at Obi and be thankful that they're around. She doesn't say it out loud, kind of just like thinks it towards them.
Could you repeat that? You were kind of quiet last part.
Oh, she doesn't like speak it, she like thinks it towards Ulbi.
Okay. And Ulbi is going to float up towards you and it's going to basically nuzzle up against your cheek.
Aw, she gives a little laugh. And
Go ahead.
Actually, no, go ahead.
Ulbi starts to sit on your shoulder, Sataria.
Mm-hmm.
And as it does so, you can feel its inquisition. You can feel it wondering if you feel tired, and the very thought seems to be not a question, but a suggestion. You can tell, you can feel yourself actually getting tired as Olbin poses this to you. Roll me an insight. Ooh, very nice. Okay, Sataria.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that this feeling of fatigue is not something you should normally be feeling. And suddenly you realize it might be Olbin's influence. You suddenly find yourself doubting the information you were given and thinking of opening up to Olbi just moments ago. Roll me another Arcana check to see if you can finally discern the truth.
Yippee!
Very nice. Sataria, you feel that Olbin's trait is to lull people into security, and sometimes a false sense of security, to the point where it could actually endanger you. This fatigue you're feeling is Olbin trying to draw you into this sensation of slumber, making you feel as if even the most dangerous locations are safe and sound. You can tell this is not an intentional thing that Olbi's doing, but rather it's just a byproduct of its nature as a corrupted star. Furthermore, you can discern yet another thing, and that's the fact that the more you do open up to Olbin, the more this will affect you.
And Sataria will frown a bit, looking conflicted because now that she understands that being around Olbi is a bad thing, but she doesn't exactly want to abandon or, I guess, distance herself as much as she can, that is. Because she knows that it's unintentional. It's not that they're doing it on purpose. But she'll decide that for now, a little distance would be better. So she gives Olbi an apologetic smile before giving it a little scritch.
Ah. As you give it a scritch, roll me another insight.
Okay.
Oh my god. You can very easily sense Olbin's feelings through your connection with it, Sataria. As you gave it that little scritch, it felt happy. It felt so happy that you feel as though this affection is something it's been denied for a very long time.
It's just
You
mean.
can
But you're saying, sorry.
you can tell what Olbin's nature might have been like before. It was a guardian star. It was one that kept people safe from the harshness of the darker half of the world, very often casting a blanket of love over people. A love that was often given, but rarely returned and taken for granted. And this affection you're giving Olbin, it's happy that it can finally be the one to feel love returned.
Oh boy. Satai definitely feels even more conflicted. She just wants to give it a big hug. And she'll stay put for a little bit longer and will decide to try and voice her concerns. I know that we're becoming somewhat fast friends, but I would like to not fall asleep in places that are dangerous. And I know it's not your fault, but maybe we can try to figure something out.
And he watches Olbin does a sideways spin. It's the equivalent of maybe a puppy tilting its head to the side because it is confused. You can tell that Olbin doesn't understand what you mean. Why are you falling asleep in dangerous places? That's not good.
She lets out a little sigh, not like exasperated or anything, but more frustrated at herself because she's not sure how to go about the situation. I think it's getting a little late, so you should spend some time with your friends, and I'm going to go rest upstairs.
And Olby spins backwards, seemingly even more confused, having not received an answer about its initial confusion, but it acknowledges that you're tired and is going to give a little bounce, bidding you good night before it returns to this table over here.
And she'll say goodnight in return before looking a little tired and upset. And then she'll step out of the little zone.
Zelis is gonna start to head upstairs. He doesn't say anything to anyone else as he passes by, but he just
Yeah.
starts to climb up.
I mean, Elise has the key, so good luck.
Well,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
just
Elise
gonna
does
wait.
have Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, or we just want to.
Huh? Thea's kind of been spacing out. So when Elise speaks, she's just like, huh?
I think that's a sign for you to go to bed.
Bed? No, I don't know.
How do you feel right now?
Strange. Did that actually happen? I don't know anymore. Actually, it kind of feels like it didn't, but it kind of feels like it did.
Unfortunately, something happened. And it
Oh.
wasn't very good.
Oh, she kind of seems distant, but for the people that are around her, if they're if they're looking at her pact crystal, it is actually still a bright fluorescent fucking glowing red, and it looks like there's light leaking out from under it, from under the armor. Like there's more light spilling out from her chest, actually.
Are we? Are you two still standing here?
Thea's been sat down upon a stool. She has not made a move to get up yet.
Yeah, Gwen set her on a stool and just been kind of fussing over her. Considering how Gwen is, it's probably a little weird to see her fussing over someone.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get something weird happening.
Yeah?
Okay.
Gwen.
She glances his way.
Do you like have a moment or
And what do you mean by that?
to talk?
To talk.
Like over there.
She looks in whatever direction Elise pointed, and yep, okay. Yeah, she looks that way. And then she looks back at Amalthea.
I'm okay. You can go.
You don't seem very okay.
I'll just go back up with Sif.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on her, don't worry.
Fine, but let's make it quick.
And she steps around and over here.
And as they get ready to go over and talk, Thea's gonna kind of look up at Sif and say, I might need your help to stand. My legs still feel like jelly.
Come on, you, and Sif will carry her bridle as well.
Oh my god!
Aw.
But wait, no, wait. I can walk. I just needed help.
Shut up. Let's go.
Okay. Basically.
Gwyn bristles a little bit, seeing take her away like that.
That's right. That's right. Get
Ah!
jealous.
That's not your girlfriend!
This is so funny.
Before Elise would have come over, she would have already crossed her arms, waiting for him, kind of tapping her foot a little bit.
This is weird. I don't so
What is it?
I guess this is a weird thing to ask, but what do you like know about Damnuna?
She raises an eyebrow at that.
What do I know about her? More than she knows about herself.
Then do you know if she's hiding something?
Hiding something.
And she gets a little bit of a look on her face. If you want to try and insight what kind of a look, you're welcome to.
Yippee! Yay! Yahoo! Is this against your disguise or something? Or your bluff?
Yeah, I can roll bluff for that. Hell yeah!
Oh! He sees it.
Barely.
Yeah. So she tries to hide it for a moment, but he still is able to kind of catch that he may have struck onto something there.
Now why should I trust you?
I guess. Do you hate me more than you hate her?
You may have me there. All right. It's not like she's doing it on purpose, but yes, she is hiding something.
And I know what it is.
It depends. If I tell you, what will you do for me?
Well, I guess that poses the question of what you could really want from me.
Suppose you're right.
And she sort of thinks on that.
How about I'll tell you, and in return, you will have to do a favor for me.
That's vague as well, hell. Yeah, deal, as long as it doesn't, like, fuck me over supremely.
All right.
I'll use my discretion. But I'm not one to generally back down from deals.
Then, shall we shake on it?
She offers out a hand.
At least we'll shake on it and get buzzed by her hand.
Elise feels a tingle in his fingers.
Actually, if if Gwyn didn't use a water attack on him first, electric's not gonna do anything with the doesn't. Toontown taught me that, bitch.
Pokemon.
Toontown.
Have you considered?
What do you think fucking humans are? They're made of water and shit.
It would make me puff up with all of my fur.
Yeah. No. So after giving his hand a firm shake, she draws her hand back, and she sort of gestures to him to kind of lean in closer.
Okay. I'll play your game.
And she murmurs into his ear.
Why do you think that Damnuna is like this?
He is kind of childish.
You're not wrong, but no, it's deeper than that. What she's hiding, it's the truth about herself and what she can't accept. And what that is, well, what she can't accept. What she can't accept is that she can never be what she wants to be. She's broken. She was broken from the moment that she was born. A failure.
And
How?
she leans back.
How?
Her lips curl into a little bit of a smile.
She couldn't handle the truth. But she saw. But she saw that day. Still can't handle it.
And you know?
I know. I can see it.
And she raises a hand and she very lightly brushes at the green in his hair.
You know, seeing such bearing corruption at such a young age. Imagine what it must do to the mind. It didn't matter if her primordial tree wanted to save her. It was a hopeless cause in the first place.
Is she corrupted then?
No. Far worse, really. She's broken. Fragmented. Between us, her aspects. The person that you know as Damnuna. Well, it's hardly her at all. Just a husk of a person. And has never been a person to begin with. Don't you see that? Why I hate her. What she is, what she represents. What she continues to persist in her denial.
I don't know if I can tell what you really want.
What do I want? Well, a girl can't share all her secrets.
I suppose.
Anyways, I answered your question. Anything else?
Is it worth trusting her?
As she is right now. I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. Which unfortunately, it's not very far.
She looks at her little limb arms.
A crying shame.
Does that mean... Do you remember what Damnuna was like before then, or...
Pieces of it. Why?
The way you talked just now, you expected yourself to have more muscle than you actually have. You've always been one to handle things physically, despite it not really being in your forte.
Yes, well, we can't always pick and choose what life gives us.
That's fair.
But you're not wrong. I do wish to be something more. I wish we could be something more. And unlike her, I'm willing to do something about it.
If you were something more, would you be less of a threat to us? Maybe not you, but her.
She smiles at that.
Perhaps. I mean, if you were to help me become something more, I would think favorably of you.
I don't. My information isn't from a good source, but I just can't trust her.
Well then, that makes two of us.
I suppose if it doesn't make you violently ill, you can keep me updated.
And in return, I expect favors. If you want more information, then, well, it will cost you. But I'll cooperate. After all, if it means actually doing something, then that sounds like it could be pretty fun.
You're gonna ask me to help you in a way that I would maybe already agree to because it furthers my goals, and you don't really need favors as much as this could just be a weird partnership.
A partnership. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, you'd figure that out, not me.
I have trouble sharing.
Jeez.
But, like I said, I'm willing to work with you. Perhaps we can accomplish something together.
Well, throw good ideas at me and I can do what works. Throw bad ideas at me and I'll call you a dumbass.
Oh, really? You think I'm going to give you bad ideas?
You know the distinction between an idea that is good for you and an idea that is good in general, yes?
And why wouldn't I?
Just checking.
Right. Well,
Well, that's all I've got.
then that's fine with me. I'll get you
If
your answers in time.
if you have any control about whoever comes out next, make it ancients.
If only it worked that way.
You can't like kick her in the head or something. You know what I mean?
You don't think I've tried?
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright then. If you're done with me, then be off with you.
Honestly, I think you're the one who's going to be running along. You want to get upstairs.
I mean, you have me there. Aren't you going to rest yourself?
I am gonna, yeah. No point in not doing that.
Then you'd best get on with it.
Do you really just want me to move first?
Oh, we can't just keep standing here.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh shit.
She tells me to fucking get along when she pushes ahead of me in the stairs? What's your fucking damn it?
This is Gwen.
This is
Honestly,
Gwen.
not surprised.
You're such a bitch.
As everybody had been heading up there, would they have said anything? What's going on with them?
Oh, like those guys, would they have talked to anyone coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, like, any looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Um,
heckled.
So they would have all basically stopped talking once you all passed by,
Mhm.
and they would have like just watched you pass before returning to conversation once you had gone to your rooms.
I see.
I think that's a sign we need to bar the doors tonight, gang.
Also, Tempo, Sataria, what would the two of you like to do? I see you're still lingering downstairs.
Oh, no, Satari will just follow after.
Gotcha.
She's a little slower behind, just kind of contemplating and thinking, but she'll follow after.
Dimpo, do you want to do anything? Narn, you're just gonna go upstairs?
I'm gonna stumble upstairs, yes.
Yeah. Timbo watching his friend group get fucked up in 6 different ways. Ha, neat.
Tempo, stop right there. Stop right there.
Oops.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Is that
how
what-
did
You
Whoa!
Zendaya
made,
sit there?
you made me move. You pinged, and like I was in the middle of moving him.
I realized that. Yeah, that's very funny, actually. All right, so Tempo. As you're making your way up the stairs, being the last one in your party to go up, do so, a person appears in front of you, teleporting through the shadows. As
Yoink.
from the table over there, this woman appears before you, blocking your path towards the stairs. Hello.
Hi there. I was just on my way to my chambers, if you would. Can I help you?
Hmm. No, but I think I can help you.
I'm listening.
You see, I couldn't help but notice that you, a satyr, were wandering about so lackadaisically. And even with your group, you're trailing behind them a tad. You know, your kind aren't appreciated down here. And I say that not out of any
Malice.
discriminatory intentions. It's just the truth.
What if I told you other people's thoughts and concerns, whether they fancy me being here or not, is no concern of mine. I'm here on my own accord and traveling with my companions, and that anybody else's thoughts, I have no second thought about it. So why remind me of this fact?
It will be your concern if you ever get attacked over it.
Mm.
Consider your situation now. Your friends are upstairs and you're lagging behind. And as she says that, Tempo,
Mm-hmm.
roll perception.
Okay. I don't mess this up. Uh,
Please be good, please be good, please be good. Good!
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you can hear footsteps coming in from behind you, Tempo, as she's talking about you getting attacked.
You might want to get upstairs, Timpo.
mm, about me getting upstairs, I notice. Am I allowed to do something?
Sure, what would you like to
Um,
do?
Oh, go ahead. Were you gonna
No, 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 no,
interject?
no, 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 I'm not gonna say anything.
Um, I well, am I about? Well, you said I noticed someone walking over me, so is it absolute that I'm going to get attacked?
You don't know for certain. You just hear someone approaching you from behind as she's talking about you getting attacked.
Um, I'm gonna draw my bow and turn around, with my weapon ready.
Okay, so you're turning around and uh, are you aiming your bow at this person, or are you just like keeping it drawn as you turn towards him?
I'm gonna turn to this person and tell him I would watch my footing if I was you and not take another step towards me.
And as you turn your back towards this woman, Tempo, roll me a dexterity check. Actually, first roll
Mm,
me a perception check, then a dexterity check. Okay, you passed the perception check. Now roll a dexterity check.
okay. Uh,
Ooh,
that's not a good oof.
um, no, unfortunately, it is not. Yeah, so as you turn around, Tempo, you can hear the woman shuffling behind you as well. And you realize that turning your back to her might have been a mistake because as soon as you have your bow drawn and turn towards this fellow, she already has a knife at your throat.
Mm,
Now, what's that about making a wrong move?
mm, uh, um, would it be wise of you to take any extreme measures at this moment, or would you like to second think your choices?
Hmm.
What do you have to gain right now with this decision? Or you can
And
walk away and pretend none of this is happening right now.
don't worry, I'm not actually going to do anything towards you. And she puts her knife away. Just consider that a warning from denizens of the Shadowfell. The Shadarkai won't be so kind with you.
Well, Tempo's gonna grab his throat and say, well, thanks for the fine example and hospitality of showing me what this place has to offer for me if I turn a blind eye. But I am very, uh, I am very, mm, I am very self-efficient and can take care of myself. But I'll take your warning into consideration.
Mm. All right. That should do. Bye. Roll me a perception check one more time, Tempo.
Okay. Where is it? Oop.
Nice.
Ooh,
Yep.
very good.
Perception's like my second highest. I have no concern.
You feel um you feel your coin purse getting a few coins lighter.
Ah. How much coins do I lose,
Um,
or can I do something about it?
you can do something about it.
Um Shit, I am not good with. Let me see something real quick.
Okay.
Could I use diplomacy in this matter?
Depends on what you'd like to say.
I think I would say like, you know, I think you might want to return that.
Oh.
Letting
Yeah.
let it yeah.
Wait, are you saying this in character or out of character?
I'm saying it in character. I think you
Okay.
might want to return that.
And the woman's going to turn towards you and she's going to blink innocently and before saying, "Return what? Your dignity? I don't know what you're talking about."
Mm, I think you very well much know what I'm talking about. And am I all right to reach back? She has lightened my my pouch, basically.
Um, sure, give me a diplomacy check, actually.
Okay. Mm, am I okay to use my diplomacy ability too?
Words of friendship? Sure, go ahead.
Yep. Okay. I roll first, right? The words
Yeah.
of friendship.
Roll the
Okay.
words of friendship first.
And then
27. Um, she clicks her teeth a little bit, but she's going to return to you. She's going to throw 5 gold back to you, Tempo.
so there was nothing gained, right? I just got what I lost.
Roll me an insight.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay.
You feel like she's only returned half the gold she stole from you.
Don't you think there's much more you should be handing over?
Oh, please, are you really gonna penny pinch over 5 damn coins? And she's gonna throw the other remaining 5 at you.
That's 5 coins. Heavier that that's 5 coins that I've gotten extra back. I mean, that's 5 coins that I've had returned to me, but it's total of 10. So I'm not very good at math, but all the same, thanks for returning what you've taken. He says all of that in character.
And she's going to walk away.
And
Annoyed.
she's walking away. Tempo's gonna say, "You shouldn't scowl so much. You might hurt that pretty face of yours." And winks at her and walks away.
Riz.
Yeah.
Riz.
Alaptia senses a disturbance in the force. You are in danger.
There's a wait, really? That's why. No, I got you. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay.
Everything all right, Tempo?
Oh, everything. And Tempo's going to look at Zenlius with fixing his hand over his face and just fixing it. Everything is going just fine. I was going to make my way to my room, the room, and sleep it off, if you would.
And he just kind of nods. Of course. Don't stray too far. All right.
I'll keep that in mind. Trust me, more than you'll ever know.
All right. Come on.
And he's going to walk that way. I'm sorry, this place is surprisingly big. I just
Yeah.
want to say.
Tempo, roll me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Okay. Bam. I love perception checks.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
See?
Oh,
God
shit.
damn.
Tempo's got all the good rolls.
As you are walking up the stairs, Tempo, you notice that this guy is holding a foot out, like in your path.
To trip your
Oh.
ass?
And I'm going to kick his foot
You're going to kick his foot
as hard as I can.
as hard as
Brother!
you can.
You don't cause trouble.
Roll me an athletics check.
Damn, this is where my roll goes up. I could have used that.
It's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so funny if it does.
Athletics check. Oh god.
What's it gonna be?
Oh my god.
It's not a one.
Um,
It's not a one. It's not a one.
Yeah.
That's okay because this guy rolled a 1 on his endurance check.
Let's go.
And as you kick his foot, Tempo, you hear him audibly curse as he retracts his foot, and his two companions seem to be snickering at him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Maybe you shouldn't put your feet in the way of my hooves. You might get trampled over.
Piss off, goat boy.
I'll let the pain sink in as those words leave your lips. And I'm going to continue to the room. This very, very huge map. Oh my gosh. This place.
You're almost there.
I know. I haven't zoomed out to 21. It's so big. Okay.
It's not even the biggest map we've been on before.
I know, but I didn't scroll it up here. I stopped like here.
I
and that-
see.
and it's like further up.
The
Okay.
boys' room is on the left. The girls' room is on the right. We only
Oh,
have two
well-
rooms.
Okay. I don't
So,
see.
like,
I
over
don't- I
here.
don't-
See the
We're
Oh,
pretending
oh,
it's two
yeah.
rooms.
Yeah.
We're pretending it's
Okay.
two rooms.
Left.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not
that's
using
fine.
those. I'm not using those broke ass beds over there. You guys are
Okay,
getting a
that's-
nice bed.
Oh, you're
That's
so
fair.
nice.
It's just all I saw was Elise here, so I was like, it looks like we're in the same room.
We're just
Alright, so-
pretending that this whole square, like this, is just split in half and it's two separate rooms.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna choose the bed then. There we go.
Well,
Eagle
they're
Hug
like
too.
they're individual beds. Like,
Yeah.
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 I turned my icon so I'm not in the girls' room technically. There we
Oh
go.
my God.
Respectful.
There's like his hoof is like clipping out of the wall into the girls' room.
Oh my God.
That's so really funny.
Okay, well, I am so glad that person fell with the one because I'm like, my athletics is low. And then
Yeah,
when I
that's
saw
real.
4, I was like, fuck.
That's very funny.
As Gwen would have come back into the room, what would she have seen?
So like as far as the room goes, or like
oh,
your
like
party
no,
goes.
like asking with Cass and Amalthea.
Sif, where did you put me?
I put you in bed, but I figured that was a long time ago, so she probably was just seeing Steve just kind of just standing around or laying in her own bed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
because Thea's not laying down. She's sitting on the edge of the bed. Steve probably put her down nice and gentle, but she's still sitting up. She's actually trying to get her chest plate off, but her fingers keep fucking fumbling with the ties.
Oh. Gwen would come over seeing that.
Here, let me help you.
Don't cut the straps. This was my dad's.
I'll be gentle.
And she's gentle, at least as gentle as she can be in undoing the straps.
Mm-hmm. And as the straps come undone, Thea's gonna kind of undrape the top of her robes as well. There's an underdress underneath the armor.
Mhm.
but the chest plate comes off, and the overlayer comes off as well with the belts and the chains and whatnot. And her pack crystal is still, uh, like it's like a freaking fluorescent light right now. But that glow that was kind of spilling out from the cracks of her armor is starting to become apparent, and that radiating from the crystal around from her chest area. The cracks and lines there are glowing as well.
Gwen sees this and her brows are furrowed.
Well, that doesn't look any good.
Hasn't stopped ever since I touched him.
Oh boy. We need to figure out what's going on with that.
His influence getting stronger, probably.
Yes, but it's not as if you should just sit there and take it.
I mean, the only thing I can do in order to alleviate this is to get stronger. Find grandfather, take the pact from him, settle this all. But we can't do that right now.
If only we could. But
He said I was... Oh, go ahead.
no, go on.
He said I was going to suffer. I have no doubt of it. It's just weathering it, that's all.
You shouldn't have to suffer like this.
She shrugs.
Don't just shrug it off.
I mean, what else can I do?
Fight.
Am I not doing that?
You don't sound like it.
Best kind of fight, where the only fighting you can do is accepting that as it is, things cannot change right now. You can only move forward. So I'll fight in the future, but right now I feel like my brain's made of mush, and that I've been lit on fire. I'm not exactly at my best.
Yes, well, I suppose that's true. You should try and rest. Get some sleep.
I'm not sure if I can, but I can always try.
Give it a shot. I'll keep
Mm.
watch.
It's just strange, though. There's this thought in the back of my mind that won't go away. I know it's not mine, it's his. But it worries me.
And what kind of thought is that?
He doesn't want to die. If we kill Kaifon, there goes one of his avenues of living. He doesn't want me to kill Kaifon.
That sounds like a him problem.
It might become an us problem.
Well, don't let him foist all of his problems on you.
I'll try not to.
Just try and get some rest.
Where's Sunspot?
She glances over. What is Sataria doing?
Oh, she decided to just sit at the desk, just to take off her armor and clean up her sword and whatnot.
Okay. Oh, that does remind me I need to journal before I lay down. Thea's going to start riffling through her pouches and look for her journal.
Weren't you just saying you were tired?
I mean, I am, to the bones, but if I don't write down what happened, I might forget, or I might think it didn't happen. Last thing I need is my own memory crossing me again.
Just don't take too long, then.
I won't. Just sit here and do it. She's gonna put her journal in her lap and pull out her quill pen and just start to scribble down the day's events.
And as she does that, Gwen's gonna changed back into a booth.
Boof.
Booth. And she's just gonna sit at the foot of the bed. And just wait for her.
Okay. While Thea's doing that, boys, is there anything that you want to say, or girls, anything that you want to say or do?
Zenlis is kind of pacing outside the rooms. Just thoughts swirling through his head. He's not sure what to do.
Then they throw me a perception check. Hell yeah.
What do we got?
As you're pacing about and thinking, you can once again very audibly hear voices berating you from the distance. And they soon come to a stop. However, you see a transparent figure before you.
Oh.
Let me... I'll blow 'em up. And this figure is surrounded by the souls that are tormenting you so. And he looks to you, Zenlius. What are you doing here, Arlosi?
Leave me. Do I recognize him at all?
Roll history. You do not seem to recognize him, no.
Okay.
I've been watching you. Been following you. I speak for the souls that are tormenting you so. I know you wish to see Her Majesty. But I ask you, what gives you the right after what you've done?
I said leave me.
You can't even justify yourself. Why would
do
you
you
be
know?
murderer? I know that you're a betrayer.
Who are you?
I am the seer who speaks for the lost.
God damn it. How many are there?
Could you repeat that?
I said how many are there?
Seers? Just myself. The lost. Thousands. By your hand, at least. But to count the lost in total, many, many more. I ask you, Zenlius Heskin,
He looks at him.
what right do you have to seek Her Majesty after what you've done? What right do you have for closure?
I have none. But I need to try anyway.
Isn't that selfish of you?
If you've been following me, then you've seen everything I've done has been selfish. I have no right to see her, you're right. But I have to at least try to ask for forgiveness. Penance, something.
Do you believe she is the one to forgive you?
Her in the souls of the thousands. But I don't know what I can do to make that up. Besides, what are you doing here?
I've come to tell you, on behalf of the lost, that you are not wanted. Not unless you wish to become one of them.
I've tried, okay? I've tried
No.
so many times and it wasn't enough.
No, you stopped trying. When mortality has been in your grasp again, you've stopped trying. Join them. Join them. And you watch as the seer takes a closer to you. Takes a step closer to you.
He doesn't
And-
move.
The man raises a hand as it reaches towards your neck.
Would that truly sate them? Is that what they want? Is that what she wants? If my death
Yeah.
would solve all of this, so be it.
And
But only if that's what she wants as well.
the seer's hand moves away from your neck. They've been trapped here by their hatred, unable to pass into the astral sea. Can you make them not hate you? Do you think that is possible for you?
To make those I've put in the ground not hate me? If you're asking if I think that's possible, then no. I don't think it is.
Would you be willing to endeavor, even if you think it not possible?
Yes. If I could somehow help them to make amends.
I will be watching you, Zenlius Heskin. And if, for some reason, I find you wanting, by the time you try to reach Your Majesty, I will stand in your way myself.
You said you're a seer?
Yes.
You must have some reason for coming here. More than just to torment me this way. You must see something in me that can defy this in a way. But why?
Yes. Do you fear the unknown, Zenlius Heskin?
He thinks about it for a moment. Because I'm trying to think about it for a moment. Possibly.
If it meant seeking penance, if it meant atoning, would you take every pain and burden upon yourself?
My only clause would be that I would be able to see her one last time. Other than that, do with me what you will.
And listen carefully. There is a power in the Shadowfell that will let one pass to the astral plane. Let oneself and let others. The astral sea, very much like a real ocean. A guiding star is needed to navigate your way through.
Emily's just kind of continues pacing outside. And now there's just like frost in his footsteps. Like there's just... Might even be able to see it from under the door that much. He's just very upset.
Mm-hmm. It looks like that Seta and Elise are closest to their doors if they wanted to try.
Eventually he just kind of sits down, leans against the door frame, and then there's just like You know that scene in Frozen when Elsa's like against the door and there's just ice everywhere because like her parents just died?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Frozen, but I can imagine what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's similar to that. Where it just kind
Man.
of like crawls under the door a little bit too, even more.
Does it leak
I
into the girls' room or just the boys' room?
It depends on where the door is.
So the doors, so the pretend that boys' room door is like here. Oh, hold on, here,
Yeah.
Draw a line.
and girls' room door is like here.
Okay, so yeah, he's probably closer to the boys' room though, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Star, this is a fucking trap.
Hee hee. Oh, he's coming right out.
Stop me. What's the point of all this?
Then
Huh? Oh. Hi. Is that okay?
hey,
I'm sorry, did I disturb you?
no, not really. I haven't done much to get to sleep. Do you want to come in? Do you want to take a walk?
Would you mind?
I'd mind, yeah. Or I'd be fine with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Apparently, a seer has taken interest in me. Seer of the dead. And they're going to stop my path from going to see my wife. If they find me wanting. According to their standards. Which I have no clue what I'm supposed to do.
I mean, real interesting. I think we can do literally anything. We're like right here, and we have permission.
They're in control of the not in control. They're.
What can they really do?
It only
Besides
takes a step
talk
over to
big.
lean over the balcony.
They can say whatever they like. They can't stop us.
They said I needed, like, a guiding star or something to. I don't know.
That's blatantly obvious.
I know it's a trap. I know that this is just trying to get into my head, and the worst part is that it's working.
I'd be a hypocrite, say not to take a star when it's offered. But it is your choice. Whoever it is, I don't, frankly, because they're saying that, I don't think they have any real sway over the dead at all. They're just making shit up.
You think so?
What would someone who speaks to the dead have to say about the Star Lords? Those are entirely different concepts. It could be more obvious that someone just walked up to you about something that you're worried about and said you should go get Kaifun for it.
I wasn't thinking.
That's alright. I get it.
Just all the screaming. All the just correct accusations. It's been getting to me. I don't have a right to see her at all. And here I am, being the most selfish person.
I can't really make you not listen to them. I can't. I don't know if I can convince you that they're wrong or that you have more right or any of the things I think, but do you think I'm wrong for being selfish?
I don't think you're being selfish.
I've been selfish, the things I've done, the ways I've acted. Do you think I was wrong for that?
I suppose not. You did what you had to.
Then do what you have to.
I have to see her. That's an absolute.
That's what we'll do. And maybe it doesn't outweigh what you're feeling for what you've done. We've done, like, I think a lot more for the world than any of those dead people can say. So really, like, what fucking right do they have?
And he actually looks pained at that.
Sorry.
I understand where you're coming from, but Sidonian, those people that they could have been the ones to change the world. And I took that from them. I took every moment of their lives, of their potential lives, away from them. They have every right to be furious with me. They have every right to call for my head, like they've been doing over and over since we've gotten here.
I can't undo the effects of that. I can't undo the weight of that, but
I know.
I don't
No one can.
I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with the idea that the dead have the right to judge us. Why would they need to? It's maybe not good, but is this any better for them than it is for you? What are they doing if not torturing themselves, holding on to this forever? What right do the dead? What do they even need with revenge or anger?
He said they were trapped here. They can't go to the ethereal sea because of what they're holding on to.
And why don't we ask the Raven Queen when we see her how to help them let go?
But how she'll let me see her.
We're going to do it. I know that, and you'll know that, and it's going to happen.
You don't think I'm selfish for that?
Not really, no. And you're allowed to be selfish.
Maybe. Maybe. I wish I could just accept it, though.
Except what?
That I'm allowed to feel happy again. Despite everything that's happened to me. Despite everything I've done.
As
And I can.
as far as I've picked up, I I don't know if even seeing your wife will just make that happen. I'm sure you get that.
I know. It's been so ingrained in me for so long, though, that I've replayed these scenarios in my head over and over again of what could potentially happen when I do see her, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready for any outcome.
I guess we'll just see together. I guess we'll just see.
Yeah. He actually lets out a small laugh. You know, if you had been around when
I like to think I'm likable.
I would have liked you. You are. Very much so.
You're very likable too.
I thank you. This just. Zenlius pauses for a moment and just kind of glances away for a brief second. So you don't think I'm selfish for... He kind of tilts his head a little bit. Just for what I said to you?
I don't know if I'm really the person who knows enough to talk about that. But no, I don't.
Hearing everything with Melanie, with Seif and Irene, and just... I don't know. My feelings haven't changed, but...
I don't know if you should feel guilty about feelings. Maybe that's one thing I'm trying to pick up on. Trying to understand the idea behind.
Honestly... You should get some sleep, Setagani. I've taken up too much of your time.
You should come and close your eyes, but not sleep or whatever makes you happy.
And Zenlius gets this little smirk on his face before just kind of starting to walk back towards the room. Very well.
Walking into the room, Tempo is here. Are there enough? How many beds are there?
There are about 4 beds per room.
Okay.
Okay, that's a lot. Jeez.
That is, yeah. So, Setagani, where should I sleep? I think it's just kind of like this little smirk.
Do you need like help picking a bed, or they all kind of look the same?
Never mind.
Well, no, I don't get it.
Would you like to know?
Should I?
It was a vague implication if you wanted to share a bed with me. Sleeping. Purely sleeping.
You don't like touching people.
He takes a step forward and places a hand on Elise's arm. You seem to not have noticed that you've been more or less an exception.
I don't want to push your limits. Do you want to lay down then?
Yeah, I'd like that. Zelius just picks one of the beds. Just say, like, over here.
At least looks like both a little bit embarrassed and also like he's approaching this like a mission.
Aw.
Just relax, Sirogane. It's just going to sleep.
I
You don't
don't.
have to if you don't want to, though.
I mean, I would like to. I just I don't know if me sleeping in my vest like I normally do would be very comfortable. Like for you.
Zelius just kind of face a little warm, kind of glances away.
I don't know. I'll find something. Give me a second. I've got dead person's clothes. Dead person's clothes. Dead. Here's my clothes. Okay, I can just wear the shirt from before. It's fine.
Zelius just kind of like gloves off, takes his gloves off, sets them down on like whatever spot is nearby or whatever, and just undoes his jacket and takes that off, and he's got his undershirt on. But he reaches into his own bag and like searches for his own shirt, sleep shirt, and everything before just looking at it, looking at Elise, looking at his shirt, and just thinking for a second. Um, I'll just take a second.
Take your time.
He just swift motion, shirt off, shirt on. But in that brief moment between shirt on and shirt off, you can see the tattoos are glowing brightly on his shoulders and back.
At least isn't looking. That would be impolite.
I'm just saying though, they're like bright blue. He comes back. The shirt's I'm gonna say the shirt's light enough that you can see like just that little bit of blue still kind of glowing.
Amazing.
He's gonna sit right back down again.
At least also vaguely glows green. So I mean, like he can't comment.
Suddenly sits back down once he's got like his sleep clothes on and everything, and even he's starting to feel a little nervous.
I think Elise doesn't get like too stiff. I think he's just doing. I think he is approaching this militaristically. Actually,
Militaristic.
Oh no!
you need to win. You have to win at cuddling.
Cuddling.
Poor helpless idiots. Yeah.
Everyone knows that you can win at cuddling.
Exactly.
Alex just kind of like scooches to the one side of the bed and just kind of lays back, lays down. And at first he's like kind of stiff and everything, but after a moment, he gets a little more comfortable laying on his side and just kind of head on the pillow, looks up at Elise. And he smiles.
think at least we'll let Zenlius dictate the flow.
So is Elise laying down and everything too?
Yeah.
Would you like me to come closer or no?
It's up to you. I don't want to like
I don't
push you or
want to impose. I
we both don't want to impose. I don't know what that means. I guess okay, neither of us are imposing. That's what that means.
Elise scoots a little closer and just kind of rests his head on Elise's shoulder then.
I think Elise puts big ass arm over him.
Ah. Yeah, arm over Zenlius' shoulders or whatever.
Middle.
Where his face gets warm and he kind of turns more into Elise. Zenlius just kind of finally goes, I will warn you, however. I might be a little clingy in my sleep.
I mean, that's fine. How bad could it be? I'll be alright.
Granted, everyone I've shared a bed with before has been smaller than me, so it's gonna be interesting. Thank you.
And again, and then we just have a challenge ahead of you, apparently.
But yeah, so then Zenlius just kind of curls up, rests his head on Elise's shoulder, closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and just kind of... He actually places a hand on Elise's chest as well, I think. Just to get more cozy.
It's so... terrible detail describing how hot he is.
Yeah, and then Zenlius just tries to fall asleep.
Yippee!
He mutters something in Ardale before he goes to sleep, though.
You're always hitting me with shit I don't get to know.
I am. I'm debating what I should have him say because I want to look at my little translations here.
I think Elise gets to sleep pretty fast, actually.
Okay.
Thea is probably going. He's gonna let out a sigh and close her journal and put it on. Is there like a night? There's like a nightstand nearby, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna leave it there, with her quill pen on top, and she is gonna finally start to take off her boots. It looks like she is gonna try to go to bed soon. But once she finally kicks her boots off, and locate, it looks like she's only really taking her armor off. She's not really gonna change into any night clothes. I don't think she has the brain for it right now. She is gonna finally settle in her bed, but she's gonna kind of look at Gwen, and she looks like that while she is debating asking, because she's well aware of Gwen's fun little games that she likes to play where she takes things away from Nuna. But after the day that she's kind of had, and because she just has a weird look on her face, but she's gonna kind of pat the bed next to her and say, come to bed.
I'm not sleeping.
You don't have to sleep.
She,
I don't.
Oh yeah, go on.
I just don't. I don't like sleeping by myself, that's all.
She sort of regards Amalthea, and her expression seems to soften a bit.
I'll stay until you sleep.
It seems like that's the best answer she's gonna get out of Gwyn, so she just kind of nods.
And Gwyn hops up on the bed. She
Yippee!
starts to circle until she lays down.
Oh my god.
She's doing that fucking thing Toby does.
Yeah.
Where he lays on like the pillows.
Mm-hmm.
And once she kind of finds a place, Thea's actually gonna kind of come up behind her and put her face in her fur and put an arm over her chest, and she's just gonna kind of keep her face there for a second. But after a moment, she's just, I don't know, Gwen. You think I'm an abomination, like Rosaria said?
Heavens, no. Not even close.
What am I then?
You're you. And that's all that matters. Whatever label people try to give you, all it is a tool. A tool to use against you. To try and belittle you. To take control. But you don't have to take any of that. You can be better than that. Better than them.
I guess I'm just used to taking. You know, that's why when Hadar said I'd suffer, I just, accepted it. It's part of the course.
Should never just settle. Nothing good comes from just settling. That's how people become stagnant.
Just even now, it's still hard for me to just take things for myself, or to look past certain labels that have been given to me. I like talking big, but sometimes it does bother me. And I think that this is all that it can ever be, no matter what I do. I like saying that I'm moving forward. I like saying that I'm fighting, but I guess that's for others right now. When it comes to me, I still kind of hesitate.
If you're not sure if you're moving forward, or if you're moving at all, take a step back. Reevaluate things. And if you find yourself at a crossroads, if neither way looks good enough for you, then just make your own third path.
I like saying that to everybody but myself.
Well, then listen to me. I'm saying it to you.
I can try, I suppose.
Certainly. Try and rest and sleep.
It looks like that she still has more that she wants to say, but she just kind of sighs and nods. And she goes quiet as she tries to rest, but her face is definitely snuggled more into Gwyn's fur.
And Gwyn's gonna put her head on top of Amalthea's.
Oh, that's cute.
Aw.
And that can rest there.
Multi,
got-
I'm in
oh.
endurance check.
What?
Huh?
Oh. Go ahead. First of
Oh,
all,
I was gonna say I've got one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
Okay. Gwen's just gonna murmur quietly to her.
I have you. I won't let anything happen to you.
I have you too. Always will.
I know.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, Aesel.
Okay, what was that?
Malty, roll me an endurance check.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Perhaps it is due to your sudden connection with Hadar that has been reignited. But you feel that same deathly exhaustion that your Star-Lord feels course through your own body.
Cool.
You actually just knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Damn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I should mention, as you're falling asleep, it feels very much like death is approaching.
Oh
And
god.
it's not a pleasant sleep. It's a very haggard.
Okay, that's fair.
Uh
Yeah.
Ferocious. Go ahead.
oh, would this be something that like Gwen would be able to kind of glean from her?
I was gonna say something, but
Go ahead, yeah,
Roll
do
me
it.
Roll me an Arcana
Um,
check.
Oh god.
should I wait?
Wait. When you say glean, do you mean like magically, or like do you want like
Is there any visible signs that something isn't quite right here?
Roll me a perception actually then.
Okay.
Okay.
33.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes. So, as Amalthea is cuddled up with you, Gwyn, you'd actually be able to feel her breath getting shallower and harder to take notice of. You might even think that she is dying.
Uh-oh.
Cool. Because can I say something really quick before she passes
ahead.
the fuck out?
Go ahead.
Because once the exhaustion sets in, of course, she thinks that she's gonna fall asleep quick, but then that impending feeling of doom sweeps over her, and there's a stutter in her chest. She just says, "No, wait," and then passes out.
Gwen is fucking on alert now. She stands up real quick and she nudges Amalthea's face with her nose. Does it like, has she stopped breathing or anything like that? Or is she still like
She hasn't stopped breathing, but her breathing is very
It's very-
quiet and
okay.
very hard to notice.
okay. Oh god.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she's gonna start just prodding her, just like,
Thea. Thea. Thea, wake up.
I'm assuming I do not wake up.
Yeah, you're not gonna wake up until the next morning.
Yeah, just some haggard, almost like death rattles as she fucking sleeps through this death slumber.
oh god. You know what? You know what?
Yeah?
Gwen is going to, like, is she on her side still? Is she?
I think when Gwen had stood up, she would have rolled onto her back.
Okay. Yeah, Gwen's gonna put her paws on her chest and she's gonna call upon her magic and she's gonna try and do a heal check on her.
Oh my god.
On her, all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, roll me a heal check.
Gwen.
Oh my god.
Oh my
That's
god.
fucked up.
That's so fucked
That
up.
That's
is-
a 2.
That is.
That's a 2.
Oh, I read that
It
as
wasn't a 1. It wasn't a 1.
I read that's a 31. I didn't see that was a 21. I see. Okay.
It wasn't a
Uh,
1.
Gwyn,
Yeah.
you don't seem to get much change in Amalthea, but a part of you feels like you might be making this worse.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she
You're
gets
prolonging the death slumber.
off her chest and she starts looking around. This actually might be a good place to stop because
Yeah.
yeah.
This might
Cliffhanger.
take a while.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.